I found peace in your violence. Can't tell me there's no point.
Yeah.
Unpopular
did it, like, out of order?
fact. Most people don't want to hear this, but real relationships that last involve a lot of forgiveness and growth. You have to accept that your partner is not perfect and may hurt you or disappoint you at the same time. It's at that time you have to figure out if you're willing to go through that thing called love with
Oh
them.
god, she's trying to
Boom.
She's trying to point at me because like
The only word you need to focus on in that whole paragraph right there is growth.
Growth,
she's trying
love.
to point at me because like when shit goes wrong, I'm just like, all right, cut it off. Let's keep moving.
Well, no, this is also what a girl's TikTok feed looks like.
No,
So this
yeah,
is like
all day long,
everything.
she's just getting thoughts in her head about.
We told them to pull
What is Gage doing?
things from their feed, but no, it's absolutely right. Relationships involve a lot of forgiveness and growth. That doesn't mean you can do whatever you want whenever you want.
100%.
That does
And
not mean
expect them to be there
That does not
the second
mean
you
that.
fuck up.
And your partner definitely is not perfect, but they should be striving to be more and more perfect every day. So you both should be growing together, and they're definitely going to disappoint you, 100%. You have to figure out if you are going to go through that thing called love with them. Okay, that means life and time. So are they going to be worth it? Are they going to do something that's so small that you just say screw it, but then that's not a relationship? You know,
Going ghost.
once you
Maybe.
once you say you're in a relationship, at that point you're basically trying out for marriage. So if they're willing to dip on you after like 6 months, 3 months, and they really do dip, then they just proved they weren't marriage material.
So I know this is something Gage and I had talked about a couple weeks ago, and Justin, I now know that you agree with me on this. That 6 month mark, you should know that that is the person you are wanting to marry.
100%. So men, most men know within 6 months if you are marriage material. Every moment from that point on is she proving that she is marriage material? He knows, but you need to prove it.
Yeah, you're still in the process of learning about your partner and do you want to spend your life with them? And
Yeah, well, let's go back to what Jesse was saying. 2 years in is when he really found out who his girl was, right?
Yeah. And
He
then
also probably had love goggles on, and he was in the military, and he didn't get to spend a lot of time with her.
I was deployed most of the
Took
So
the goggles
2
off,
years,
though, and saw a monster.
2 years, 2 years of his relationship is like
yeah, there's different
3
time
months
spans.
of
Mike
actual
Wazowski,
time.
dude.
Yeah, no, that was a weird relationship because I saw that from the outside in. They were living 2 states away, and they rarely ever got to see each other. So 2 years was probably about 3 to 6 months of actual quality time.
Yeah.
Because I've had relationships where we see each other every day, and after 3 months, I knew more about them than relationships I had like 1 to 2 years.
Right.
It depends on the time that you spend together.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I gotta disagree slightly because like I got a couple homies and they're couple like just not homies that are couples, but like the homies and their girls, they're like still in the honeymoon stage at 6 months. So they haven't even hit the shit hasn't hit the fan yet. And they haven't been fighting or any. They haven't had to deal with any kind of shit. They're still strictly in the honeymoon stage. And like
Hopefully it's just
until you get out of the
nonstop.
honeymoon, stage, you don't know what's what. You don't know if she's marriage material or not. In my personal opinion, because like when we got out of the honeymoon stage, shit hit the fan, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what.
Yeah, but
happens from
she's
here,
still the same person, though. You need to fall in love with who they are as a person and not just the love bombing stage, honeymoon
Yeah.
stage. You know within 6 months on a girl's character if you're going to marry her. Now, obviously, you can move it to 8 months, 4 months.
that
5
doesn't
months.
mean you're dating for 6 months and then marry them.
No,
You're
yeah,
still going to
100%.
do the whole process of dating for a couple years.
You know if a girl is short term or long term.
especially at 6 months. For
Yeah,
sure.
Tylee, how do we know like if these dudes are long term for you or not?
Interesting.
Do you agree that
Sand
like?
Shaker has joined the chat.
Do you?
I have joined the chat.
Okay.
Our
So,
just went up. Hey guys.
do you agree that most men know that they want to marry a girl after 6 months or around 6 months?
Yes, I think men do. I don't necessarily think women think the same thing.
No, women want to get married off the start. Otherwise, they wouldn't get
I
into a
don't
relationship.
think so.
No, they wouldn't get into a relationship, and they don't even have the power.
Oh,
to
yeah,
dictate
true.
that.
It's
They don't,
because I
have the,
don't-
they don't have the power to dictate whether they get married or not. That's the man's role.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the feeling. Like, I don't date someone regardless unless I feel that way. Like, I feel like I want to marry them. Like,
Right.
the love is actually there.
You don't say yes to being a girlfriend unless.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
I actually feel something. We're not doing this just
Yeah.
for fun.
100%. See, women have the power to pick who they sleep with. Men have the power to pick who they marry.
What's more powerful?
The power of marriage.
Any other answers?
Men have the ultimate long-term power. Women have the ultimate short-term power.
Fair enough. You want to move on?
Any
Because
disagreements?
how easy is it to get a ring on your finger as opposed to get somebody in
Not
bed?
easy. It is not easy for a quality man to put a ring around your finger.
Exactly.
And actually protect and provide for you. It is so easy for a girl to say, "Who wants to sleep with me?"
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
tell
very
you
true.
right now, you will find out if you want to marry someone real quick once you figure out how terrible they are with finances. I will promise you that. The second you find out, like,
just
especially
means you can't be broke.
when it comes to a dude finding out if a female is going to be able to keep that together, once you see how they are with finances, you will know immediately if you want to be with that person or not. Now, men, when females are finding men, like they know off the jump. I mean, Chris Rock has that famous clip where he goes, "What's the first thing your girlfriends ask you when you get a new man? What does he do for a living?" You know, like that's a real thing.
That's judging his
Yeah.
status and standard in life.
100%.
Yeah.
But the thing is reason I'm bringing up about the finances with women. Whenever you get married, that's no longer your finances. That's our
Our.
finances. So
Your
You
student
got to build a
loans.
bigger bag then.
yeah, if she's living a 6-figure lifestyle and you're only making 5 figures, I hate it for you, man. You about to be in debt. That's
You
gonna be
can't
a rough
afford
time.
that girl then. You need to build a bigger bag.
Yeah.